Peace and blessings. Welcome back to the channel once again. And if this is your first time, as always, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification button, so you'll be notified when great content like this comes out. And also go through the library of material that I've created on here. There's some gems that I've left as well, but today's video is where you want to be at, because this is a follow-up to a previous video. I did a video and talked about the foods that kill your health. And today we're going to talk about the foods that heal, some of my personal favorites. Now, before we get into those, what I want to say is this. It's important to know and understand that when you're looking for nutrition and thinking about what you're going to put together in terms of your diet, you need to get a wide array of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds in different colors and different sort of ratios and compositions, because the thing you're trying to achieve is getting everything you need. Okay, and it's not always as easy as we would like it to be, because there's so much hybridization in a lot of the foods that we eat. There's so many things that have been sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides. There's so many things that, unfortunately, the soil composition isn't always the same from one farm to the next. So the idea is to get that diversity when you're eating food, so that you'll be covered no matter what it is, no matter if it's a vitamin, a mineral, a trace element, an amino acid, it doesn't matter what it is, a healthy fat, no matter what it is, you'll be covered because you're eating in diversity, okay? That's the most important thing. Now, as it pertains to the foods that I'm gonna share with you today, what I'm gonna do is share some of my personal favorites, and what I'm gonna try to do is mix it up with diversity, and I'll tell you why I'm giving you this particular food. Now, this list could have been 200 foods, to be honest with you. But what I wanted to do was narrow it down so you can have an understanding of why these are some of the primary foods throughout the day. I'm trying to make sure I get into my diet, okay? Every day. These are things that I'm trying to incorporate in my diet so I get that diversity, and I'm making sure I'm not only covering foods that are anti-inflammatory to me, but also foods that are getting me minerals, foods that are getting me vitamins, foods that are getting me fiber, etc. Okay, so food number one, berries. Okay, I try to eat berries as consistently as possible. Berries are very small pieces of food, but they are absolutely loaded. And I try to mix it up. Again, make sure you don't eat just one type of food. That's what we're used to. We'll find one fruit or vegetable and eat that one fruit or vegetable. And our diversity in terms of our palate has gone through the floor as a result of that. So berries are one of my favorite foods to get, because you can get a power punch of nutrients, and it's also delicious too. I mean, I get some blueberries and I start eating those things like they're Skittles. Okay, so I'm eating a diversity of berries, and berries are really good because they're anti-inflammatory. They're loaded with antioxidants. Antioxidants prevent oxidation. Okay, that's why they're called antioxidants. Oxidation is what makes you rust, okay? Makes you older, okay? But it also helps you to fight cancer as well too. They're also loaded with fibers, despite being very small. They're loaded with fiber. They're also really good for regulating blood sugar and helping with the insulin response as well too. So I'm consistently eating berries, all right? Number two, sea vegetables, okay? And particularly, as you guys know, on my website, I sell Iris sea moss, okay? And that's my particular sea vegetable of choice. I make a gel with it, which we give you the directions for how, so you can be able to make it too. But I also incorporate some other sea vegetables like nori as well too, all right? So getting sea vegetables is very important, because the sea contains certain minerals that you can't get on land anymore because the soil is depleted of it, okay? Namely iodine, okay? And you need iodine because virtually every cell in our body has a receptor for iodine. And most importantly, our thyroid, okay? Our thyroid health is directly connected with, making sure that we're not deficient in iodine. And most of the food that we consume does not have any iodine in it, okay? And so because the earth, the farmland where we're getting most of the vegetables are depleted of iodine, okay? And so sea vegetables become very key, because Again, you get that iodine in your diet. Now you got good thyroid health. And it's also really healthy in terms of like fiber and other things as well too. All right. And other key minerals. Okay. So sea vegetables. All right. I learned that when I lived in Okinawa, Japan, and I was doing a little bit of research on the centenarians, people who live to 100, no disease, and primarily eat a plant-based diet in the blue zone, Okinawa. Every morning they were going out to the shore to grab sea vegetables, okay, or have it in their home. Okay, it was like breakfast. All right. And I'm like, okay, I guess I got to do that because these people are living to 100, 105, 97, able to walk, talk, ride bikes uphill. All right. So I'm incorporating in my diet. So I primarily do Irish sea moss, which you'll find on my website. Also, nuts and seeds. You got to have nuts and seeds because that's a source of good, healthy fat. Okay, so you see how I'm doing this diversity? You want to get your good, healthy fat in. And guess what? Nuts and seeds have good, healthy fat. They're also loaded with a lot of nutrients as well, too. They're loaded with protein. So that's primarily how I get my protein, being plant-based vegan. And then also, nuts are really good because they're good for weight loss as well. They help to maintain healthy weight and also help with weight loss as well too. And then green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables are key. Most people don't eat enough, but green leafy vegetables are loaded with magnesium, which 80% of the population is actually deficient in. Okay. And when you're deficient in magnesium, your body's going to be stressed. Your muscles are going to spasm because the magnesium actually causes the body to relax. Okay. All right. So that's why when you are deficient in magnesium, a lot of times what will happen is that, you'll get constipated. You'll have muscle spasms. You'll also have anxiety attacks or have anxiety. Okay. The body is tensed up. You get magnesium in your life. Now you're chilling. And then you also don't have to worry about, your muscles spasming as much as well too. Okay, so green leafy vegetables are key for that. Potassium is a major key as it relates to our blood pressure and also our heart health. And also green leafy vegetables are very good for fiber. And also the chlorophyll, the green pigment that we see in green leafy vegetables, is really good for deodorizing the blood in the body. Okay, so you got to get that in there as well too. One of my favorite green leafy vegetables is dandelion leaves because it's a bitter green, and bitter greens are really good. And let me explain why. Now, you may not want to use that taste bud, that bitter taste bud, but here's the cool thing. Bitter greens increase stomach acid. Most people don't have enough stomach acid. Trust me, I need to do a video on that. Most of the time when you have acid reflux, it's not because you're producing too much acid, it's because you don't have enough acid. And guess what? Dandelion leaves, which are bitter green leaves, are really good for increasing stomach acid. And they also increase digestive enzymes to help break down your food even better too. And then the next food that I'm always trying to incorporate is herbs. I either put an herb in my smoothie for the day, I put it in my salad, but I'm always incorporating some herbs in there, whether it be basil, whether it be dill, etc. I'm always incorporating herbs because herbs are not only power packed with nutrients, but many of the herbs are actually detoxifying, and many of these herbs are actually good for removing heavy metals. If you've ever done my herbal detox, my 28-day or my 14-day, it's all herbs because herbs were made for the healing of the earth. Direct quote. They were made for the healing of the body. Whereas the food is, I have given you every fruit-bearing seed and tree. Okay, so that's fruit. That's the food. Okay. All right, so you got to have your herbs in there. You must have your herbs. You got to have herbs that you use in your seasonings, herbs that you use in your smoothies, herbs that are medicinal herbs like my detox as well. My favorite herb as an herbalist in the whole wide world is stinging nettle because it is packed. And when I say packed, it is loaded with nutrients. And also I love all of the benefits of stinging nettle as well. It's anti-inflammatory. It's good. It's used as a pain reliever as well too. It helps with enlarged prostates for men. And it also is loaded with iron as well too. And my iron supplement, that's one of the key ingredients, is this thing in Nettle, among the others. And then the last food that heals, which is not all of the foods, but one of my primary foods is fruit. And as you guys know, I own a tropical fruit farm, and we do business as iHeartFruitBox.com, and we sell tropical seeded fruit. So things like soursop, mamey, sugar apple, atamoya, key limes. I mean, you name it. The farm is loaded. And the reason why I love fruits, because fruits are designed to cleanse the body. Fruits contain the largest water percentage in terms of like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds that are any foods. And water is cleansing to the body. The same way during spring, where April showers bring May flowers, because April showers not only hydrate the earth, but it also cleanses the earth as well too. Fruits are very cleansing to the body as well too. And they also nourish, okay? You get a lot of nourishment with a very small amount of food, and a lot of fiber, which means that you're gonna feel full if you eat enough of fruit as well too. There's days when I'm on the farm, I'm walking around picking off fruit off the tree, and by the time I get back to the farmhouse, I'm full, I'm good to go. Okay, so fruit are awesome because you're gonna get your nutrients from them in terms of like antioxidants. You're gonna be loaded with minerals, vitamins. It has fiber in it. It has natural water or structured water in it as well too. So you're getting everything you need. And if you get the different colors, right? You're getting different colors of fruit. You're getting different antioxidants. You're getting different nutrients as well too. So that's sort of my like perfect circle of fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds that you can incorporate in your diet to make sure that you're always incorporating health every time you pick up that fork or spoon or plate and get ready to put something across your mouth into your body, okay? Because everything is supposed to be about nourishment, okay? So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Until the next time, peace and blessings and Godspeed. Be well.